Hi, welcome to Cauldron Brew. I am Jay Woodwolf, your host, and this is your lovely co-host, Julie Rockwell. Hi, Julie.
Hello. Hello.
So, Mad House again. Another episode of that.
Yes. Yeah, this time, yeah, episode 2, 3, and 4 we're doing. We're covering. I so far I'm enjoying this show. There's
I liked it too. It's just some of the things just kind of throws me off.
yeah, yeah, some of the people it's as I'm going along watching it, I can see why they're kicking them off. Some of them need to go quicker than they are because there's
Well,
no
yeah.
growth. But you know, then there's, one that got kicked off that I wanted to stay, but that's for a little bit later.
So, in episode 2, I want to talk about Fiona's right. Uh, when she casted her circle, and that was the one where they were doing all the release.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't understand is a circle within a circle. That no,
Now,
I
see,
don't know
I'm
where the
not.
hell she got that from.
Well, what gets me though is it wasn't even a full circle. It wasn't, it was just like half of a moon, not even that. They were standing
Yeah,
there, and then, you know, the outer circle was just two people that decided not to participate. So it was just a semicircle. And what she wanted them to do, for the release, instead of on the spot, like what we've done in your ritual, write something on a piece of paper that you want to release, we can share it or not, and then we threw it in the fire.
hmm,
But what she was doing, it was shadow work.
yeah.
And these people, not even, I didn't know your ritual or anything of that, on that subject at the time, but you explained it real easily what we did, and it was simple to follow. Why couldn't she do that?
Don't know.
I'm just watching it, it's like it felt too phony.
An inner circle in a ritual is odd to me because there's only one circle and in a Wiccan ritual, and I don't know what the hell that she was going for. Um,
I think it was more theatrical. It was
I
just
think
what
so. A circle within a circle? No, that's
I'm not up
no.
on rituals, but the
The
ones that I
coven
participated.
structure is like the inner circle is the coven, and then the outer circle is the congregation. That is the structure of the coven. That is
Okay.
not the structure of a ritual to begin
Well, no,
with.
because the one that I've been to, we just, that I participated in, it was, called the quarters, or no, we went in, and then after we were all in a circle, we called the quarters, and then it went from there, called the quarters, and then we left. Granted, you told me a lot more there's to it,
Yes.
but for just not knowing rituals and never being in one. So it's like been talking with you over the years of how they're supposed to be structured to a point. Watching that one, I was really confused. It was just stage, like it was theatrics. Was no realness to it, especially by
Uh,
the contestants, except for the one guy that showed his scar.
yeah.
He was the only real one I felt.
Yeah, because that Callie, that was very theatrical.
Uh, I
I
didn't
think
know.
she thought she was doing something, but for one, they didn't even have any guidance. None of those people were ever involved in any sort of pagan ritual whatsoever. There was no guidance, there was no counsel before even going into it. It was just here, write this down and we'll see you later.
Well, see, that's what I mean by that. Reminded me of shadow work. What she was doing was shadow work, and then expecting these people to know how to release when it's something so deep that you're thinking of it at that moment, instead of like how you did on the spot. We released at what we wanted to
Right.
release.
But most of the
And
people that I did it with knew pagan rituals, and they knew these are from.
yeah,
They were most of it was familiar.
but see, I wasn't when you
Right.
did that. So, that I was newer into the group, but my path doesn't do rituals with groups or anything. I do my own private ones. But
Yeah.
that's what I mean. It's on this now. I could see if she would have done on the spot, what do you want to release negativity from your life? Write it down, say what it is, what it means to you, and we'll throw it in the fire for release. Quick, simple, to the point.
Yes.
The counseling and everything else, that's for shadow work. And so she missed the mark big time with what she was trying to pull. But that's just my
Uh,
opinion.
yeah. I think that since these people didn't know anything about pagan rituals whatsoever, they didn't know about shadow work because they don't teach it in Christianity whatsoever, because apparently that's of the devil. Well, mental health and whatnot, and dealing with your
Well, yeah, that's all taboo
mental
talk.
garbage. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's of the devil. So we just ignore it.
Yeah, like everything else they do.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, but
so
even a lot
nobody
of
was familiar with any of it.
yeah, but
So
even a
I think
lot
there
of
should have been some kind of counsel with the other alts to help them find an appropriate release.
yeah. But see, to me, that's shadow work. That isn't for a ritual. Just the ones that I know of. But see, I don't do rituals.
Yeah.
Like a group one, just the ones I participate in with you and
Shadow
with
work can
someone
be a
else.
part of ritual.
Right. But see, to me, like shadow work should be private because you're working on yourself, unless you need counsel and,
Yeah.
a mentor or someone to talk with to help you through certain things. But
But no amount of shadow work was going to help Kelly. She needed a mental health professional. And I want to put that out there that, there's one thing that, dealing with certain issues on your own, but there comes to a point where you might need a mental
a
health professional.
yeah, professional to help guide
Shadow
you,
work is no substitute.
no, exactly. Mental health is very important, and especially trauma of any kind
Yes.
that constantly keeps rearing its ugly head. You need to, have help,
Yes.
learning steps to, help rebuild yourself that was tore down.
Yeah, maybe after, seeing a counselor for a few years, then get into shadow work. That way you're more apt to handle what is to come your way. But I
Yes.
think that,
Yeah, shadow work's good to learning what triggers are and
yes,
where because it makes you look at what you need to work on yourself, and then realizing, because there's a lot of people that be in denial.
uh
And once you realize, okay, maybe it's okay to get asked for help,
yeah. I
because
think
there was
there's a time of year that, like once a year that, people should actually, any pagans of any sort, I don't care which tradition you belong to, should do some kind of shadow work. And I think it should be done during November, October and November.
yeah, well, I think, between, yeah, October all the way to December,
Yeah.
the quiet months, and when you're more apt to be in the house and everything, that's when you can get true to yourself,
Yeah.
except for if you live in the hot climates, then you can
Right.
do it whenever. But for us northerners, the cold, gloomy days and nights is usually our best time to for self-reflection and shadow work.
Yes. So I just wanted to put that out there. So somebody that might eventually watch this and be like, oh, they thought that shadow work was a substitute. No, it's not a
No,
substitute for mental health.
no,
Go see
definitely
one.
not.
Go see a counselor.
Yes, get help if you need it. It's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
No one is above help.
So I just want to put that out there.
Yes.
uh, okay, what I did notice is that Fiona, she guided all the attendees through the release during the ritual, except for Kelly and Eric. She didn't guide those two. She expected them to know how to release it, and I noticed that
Yeah. Well, that and
because
she cut out a couple of the other ones too.
yeah, Lana and Brent did not participate again, of course.
Well, no, they like to hide behind their
That'll
religion.
piss me off real quick because if you're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be there,
you're
participate.
yeah, you're there to experience something new and to expand and expand your mind and to realize there's more. There's different walks of life out there that have different paths.
Yep, it's
And
grow or go,
you
like
yeah, you
Tashia
learn
said.
right. You learn to be tolerant of others and their ways.
Yeah,
You can't hide, use your religion as a shield and say, well, I don't know much about it, so I'm not going to participate. Well, sitting on the sidelines, you ain't going to learn much.
no, you
I
really
don't,
ain't.
just like I don't do rituals, but I still participated in them so I could learn first,
Yeah.
on the basic outlines of one.
Did you see Kelly's face during
I, s- during what
Fiona's
part?
right?
No, I saw her when she was trying to release. I thought she was seriously having a seizure. I mean, everyone was, even the alts were looking at her strange. I,
Like when
I had no
Kelly,
idea.
um, Nicole went up and she was telling her story about her parents getting divorced and the how that affected her, and she started
Right.
crying, and just the look on Kelly's face was like, I don't know, it was she was going Kelly was going through some emotions, that's for damn sure.
Well, yeah, she's also though really good. Let's see, she's good at pretending. Like
Yeah.
I think in high school she was in theater because of just how she was. But what got me at the end with how rude she was. And
Yes.
then on camera, when it's just, how they do like the talking by themselves, just how nasty she was about each alt. I mean, that my mouth dropped. I was glad she was gone.
Yeah. Um
She just needs to
and
stay in the convent.
yeah, and then Kelly's face during the right was sinister, very sinister. I thought
Oh yeah,
there
oh
could
she
I
wanted
think
to kill
she was,
hard.
yeah, I thought she, I think she had a demon in her. She was possessed.
No, I think she was just pissed that they called her out
Yeah.
and she didn't like that, so she was trying to be the big man on campus, what they say, and try to project all these nasty things, and it's like,
Yeah.
go away. Glad she's gone.
Kelly did not let go of her fear, and after the ceremony proved that an avocado and Art mentioned it when they
Yeah.
were in
Well, yeah.
Avocado's room talking.
Well, yeah, she wants sympathy. She wants that, oh, poor me, I'm a victim. It gets to a certain point in your life, you can't use that anymore.
No.
Because she kept going back to, it's just like high school. Well, you know what? If you can't let it go, that's when you need to seek professional help to be able to find
Yes.
ways to let it go. None of us in any way had it great in high school at some point.
No.
It's to where I remember I was bullied in high parts of high school. I was, a loner. I was, there was a lot of things until I found my niche of friends that
Mm-hmm.
I could connect with
Yeah.
and everything else. But, I don't use that, excuse me, as, a crutch. And people that use past traumas without seeking help as the victim mentality,
Yeah.
it irks the hell out of me.
Um. How about you got any more to say on that, or we can move on
No,
to the
let's move
next?
on.
All
I'm
right,
done with her.
avocado's nude ritual, nude rite. I think it would be fun to play. That I think that would be
Yeah,
fun.
see, I have no problem with nudity. I have no problem with that right, that thing that they were doing, and I
That
have
would
no
have been
problem with
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it. You're not getting naked.
No.
It's the other people, it basically what I wrote down is with that one is dealing with the human body in the natural state,
Yep.
being comfortable around it because under our clothes, we're all like that. So, we're all not going to be a Barbie doll,
Right.
you know, and without plastic surgery. But then you're just fake.
Yeah.
I like the human body how it is naturally. But see, I didn't have any problem with Bonnie not participating.
No, I didn't see that as a problem. I thought Fiona was a bitch after that, right? When she talked to Bonnie.
Well, yeah, because Bonnie says she's fine with the thing. She just didn't feel comfortable participating. And there's nothing wrong with that. Bonnie's an older woman. It's to where is she's participating in other things. She just didn't want to
Yes.
do that one, which, you know, th- that's what I mean. Fiona, being that way towards Bonnie when they were deliberating, that was uncalled for.
Yes. Just because Bonnie did not feel comfortable with the nudist rites, she wanted to eliminate Bonnie.
Yeah,
Just because
which
she
is
wasn't comfortable with it.
no, you know what? If you want to eliminate someone, eliminate Brent or Leo,
Lana, yeah,
Lana.
because for not participating.
Well, yeah, they weren't participating in any of the events.
No.
So,
So the but yeah, I thought it would be fun and I would do it.
yeah, yeah, I have no problem with any of the rites that they've been doing so far,
No.
or the rich, or the what do you call it, the trials.
Yeah. He wants to be held.
Oh yeah, he's a little cuddle butt.
Yes. Okay, the second elimination trial. So, during the second elimination trial, Tashia chose Kelly, and I agree with her on her choice because Kelly needs mental health treatment for anger issues and other traumatic events that she faced during her childhood.
Yeah, because she's
Don,
harboring him.
yeah, who else chose Kelly? Art.
Well, yeah, Art was the last one. Yeah, to
Yeah,
choose. So, yeah, with her, that's the
yeah,
one where, yeah, she could have killed him with if she had a knife.
yeah.
She would have stabbed him.
Don chose Brett. I agree because he has not participated much.
He's not growing.
No. Avocado chose Lana. I agree with it because she has not participated much.
She's just like Brent. Yeah,
Yep. And then Fiona chose Tim. Well, because Tim is an instigator.
Tim's an ass.
Yes,
I can't stand his. He's arrogant
he
and he
is.
doesn't shut up.
No,
So,
I think Kelly left disgracefully.
oh, big time. She was rude and everything else. She, she just need to go, and I'm glad
Yep.
she's gone.
Yep. Episode 3.
Yeah, that one was a pretty good one. You know, the only thing because how Fiona did the goddess ritual to
Okay.
honor the woman, the goddess within the woman, and she just made it all a girls thing to connect, and so she
Yeah.
could get to know the girls, without the guys around and stuff. But I like that,
Yeah.
and it's interesting that Lana didn't want to participate
Yeah. At
till
first.
art until art said it's not about anything but except for honoring and empowering women.
Yes.
And then she went and ran off and yeah, I'll do it. As long
Yeah.
as it had no religion or no paganism to it, she was fine.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I didn't, but I like that ritual. Um, I'm really confused by Fiona though, as we were talking earlier, with what she is and how she's says, she does a lot of Wiccan stuff, but she
She's a
says that
modern Wiccan.
right, but then she's like, but it's not a religion to her, it's a spirituality.
Mm.
I thought Wiccan was a religion.
It is.
That's what I mean. She confuses me. It just the different things that she does and she says.
Hmm.
So that's why with her, it's just I'm confused by her.
For somebody who has studied traditional Wicca, I'm confused by her too.
Unless she's considered like a new ager Wiccan. Like
I think so. Modern Wiccan.
yeah,
So
because
she's
with
modern.
what she does, I've never, you know, being, in paganism for as long as I have, I've never seen what she does except for when I've researched stuff for, of Wicca.
Yeah, she's definitely not traditional. She strikes me as a new age Dianic Wiccan.
Right. She probably could be. She just goes by the term witch, which some of the things she does makes me question even
It
that
makes me
much of it.
questions about, okay, what is she doing?
Well, like even like when she did with everything going on, when she did the oh, what was it? They wanted to do stuff to the house, so she quote was it wait, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, never mind. That's episode 4. I'll stop it. I'll wait for that one. But I had to
All
be like,
right.
wait a minute.
Was there anything else you wanted to mention about episode 3?
Yeah, I like the voodoo trial where they all had to go into the earth, like into the
Oh
pits,
yeah, yeah,
and they each had, let's see, the dirt, everything that was dumped on the dirt for healing, the fruit that was for the gods for ceremonies, honey for the goddesses, feathers that would cleanse negative energy, the fish and seaweed for the goddess of fertility. And then they had to find the 5 items to put
yeah.
up on her altar. I really like that one because it really put him out of their comfort zone.
Bonnie won that.
Yes, she used her
Yeah,
head and
she was like, I am
she was
goddess, damn it.
oh yeah, that's what I mean. It's to where I like because I love her spirit. As she says, she's trying new things in her life and she's enjoying it. And that's what I think this was meant to do. This is what it was all about. But I like that trial with that one, because that trial was to connect with the earth energy. So
Yeah.
I like that trial. You know, um, I liked
Would you have gone
how
through it?
yeah,
Even I
yeah,
know you having fish guts
oh
dumped on
yes, yeah,
you and
that stuff
honey
doesn't
and
oh, that's right. And they also did animal organs. See,
yeah,
that stuff doesn't bother me. You gotta remember, I work with dead stuff,
yeah.
so
I would have
have
done
you,
it. I would have
have
experienced it. So
the only thing I wouldn't have
I'd need a
liked,
shower
well,
afterwards.
yeah, the only thing I wouldn't have liked is the honey on the face,
Yeah,
how it was being dumped down, because that much honey can be suffocating,
yeah,
but I would have sat right there and gone through I would have been like Bonnie, you know, freezing my ass off because that stuff's cold and
yeah.
but I'd have no problem with that one.
But it was interesting how they come up with their trials, and um,
Putting them in their out of their comfort zone.
yep,
That's what I like.
I want to do that with my future students. Come up with these trials. Hey, you want to learn from me? Let me put you through some shit. You're gonna learn by experience.
Yeah, yeah, that would definitely be interesting.
I just have to make sure they're not allergic to anything.
Well, that's just it. I'm sure, like they have a waiver to sign before they get in there, your allergies and everything
Yeah,
else, you know, any health issues, any concern, that kind of stuff. The
yeah,
legalities of it. So, but I was glad though that Brent was let go, you know, because he wasn't doing anything with
no.
that.
He
And
wasn't learning. He didn't want to learn it. He didn't want to experience it. He wasn't participating. He thought he
right.
was just gonna skate on by and win that $100,000. No, it doesn't work that way.
Well, yeah. Well, it's just
You're gonna
like,
earn it. You're gonna earn $100,000. You're gonna
well,
earn
yeah.
six figures.
Well, yeah. Well, as Avocado always says, they want to see the people grow. To win
Yeah.
it, you have to grow. It's just not a game, as Fiona said, and I'm sure one of the other ones said, not for sure. This isn't a game. This is life.
Yeah. You're
You
gonna
know,
grow
you're
or go.
yeah. Just like because I I like episode 4 though. That
And
one,
I like I've always liked that rule: grow or go.
yeah.
So
Well, which is true. You can't hide like how Brent and Lana did. They always hide behind the religion.
yeah,
You can't when you're there to experience something new. Yeah, it may be out of your comfort zone. They're not asking you to convert to this or that. They're just
uh,
asking you to experience something new to grow with.
yep, and to win money. You
Well,
at
yeah,
the end of it, you get $100,000. So you know what? I'm all in. Shit, $100,000. That'll go a
wait,
long way with me.
yeah, but you also have to prove to them that you're also spiritually growing as a person.
Yeah. Yep.
It's where it's like how in episode 4, like Eric, he's a snake and a half, planting seeds of doubt, over, what's her name? Nicole. It's to where, to me, because she's a strong player. And so, being a snake and, this and that, it's like, but the only thing that bothered me was Fiona is
Getting
blinded.
chummy with
Well,
Eric.
that, but she's also being blinded by him.
Yes.
Especially towards the end
And the
when,
alts called her on it.
yeah. Well, see, that's just it. It's where, because see, after that Arch trial, Tower trial, you know, Eric wanted to go so he could talk to Fiona. And they're sitting there, she's like, well, this or this, and then she was doing his tarot reading and just, oh, you might win this, and you got the star, and this, you might, get with a girl who's blonde and who's a bit older, and just it, it is so phony.
Yeah.
It's like, and how she and I'm sorry, when she get the alts in, and they were all talking about bringing out the darker side. I call bullshit with her calling Lilith.
Yeah.
That was just a stage of her dressing in black instead of white
I
and
don't think she
acting.
knew exactly how to
No,
invoke any spirit.
no. Well, how what she did for Lilith, I've never seen that. I've never heard of that. It may be a little bit of Channing, but how she was acting was theatrical.
Yeah.
To turn from the good girl to the snarky bitch.
Yeah. But she's
Okay.
naturally a bitch,
Well,
so
yeah, you can
she's
tell
also
that.
got a lot of money too. She owns a yacht. She lives in Australia, and I believe she has a mansion. She's got
Well,
money,
well,
so
yeah.
she's a snarky bitch.
Well, when you play the game and you're a phony ass, you know, more, she's probably one of those scammers that sits there and cons people out of money.
Yeah.
I don't know her personally, so I'm not saying that is true or not. I'm just
I've
saying
never
the
read any of that woman's books. She's got some Wiccan published books. I've never read them.
no,
I've had
I
no
I won't
interest
read.
in reading her books.
Yeah, no. And you like excuse me, you like to read Wiccan books
Yes.
if they seem legit.
Yep.
And just watching her on this show, no, she's not worth the dirt that's beneath my feet to walk on. I'm sorry. It just her perception of how she took Eric's, seeds of doubt and ran with it that
Oh yeah, without evidence, and that
exactly. And
pissed me off.
I'm like, no, 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 no. You take what he's saying, be like, okay, I'm gonna need to watch both of these now, you know, and
She
stuff
found
like that.
herself a toy. That's what she did.
Oh yeah, and that's probably, with stuff like how he's acting, and then it's to where, I just she doesn't she's she's playing a game. I don't know, like, if it's just TV persona, how she's acting like a freaking dimwit, or if that's how she truly is, you know. But
Who?
she's Fiona,
Oh, I don't
but
think she's a dimwit.
she's acting like it on the show,
Yeah,
But that's what I mean. Like she's just irritating.
she
But
is.
I
Even from my
like,
perspective, she's a little irritating.
oh yeah, but
These new
it's
age modern Wiccans, I don't want no part of.
no. That's why, because most of them, that ego is through the roof.
Yep.
And I don't like people with egos.
Me
Be
neither.
real, be real, be authentic, be yourself. You will draw in the people that are meant to be around you.
Yep.
You're phony, you'll draw in phony people. But some people like that,
Yeah.
the ones that kiss their ass and everything else. But on the next, I've done with her. So I was confused at first with the tower with Art's trial, but to see how long they could withstand it. Because, all the way I was watching, you know, Jamie is also another one that needs to go.
Mhm.
She's just she's just not in it, you
Oh, the
know.
former stripper?
Yeah, because she was the first to walk because she just was like, I'm done with just standing here, you know. And then Leona left. I don't know why I keep saying Leona.
Lona. Lana.
Lana left because she was cold. Eric ran to go to see Fiona. I like
Yep.
Bonnie left because she was at a good point where she was. She felt comfortable. Plus being older, she was probably, she's not like she was one of the oldest ones of the group.
Yeah.
But she lasted pretty long compared to the other ones.
And she participated in most of them except for Avocado's nude right.
Yeah. Yep. And the very first one of the voodoo. But most of them didn't either because it was brand new out of the gates,
I think what
sort of.
they should have done is went in light, and then as
And
it progressed, go
yeah,
into more of the hardcore stuff, not just wham, there it is.
yeah, like because I didn't blame anyone in the very beginning not wanting to participate in the voodoo because that is something, and a lot of them being Christian, when you say voodoo, that scares the hell out of most people,
Yep.
especially, if and then being thrown that very first thing, you can't expect people brand new to whatever, and being like, oh, hey, you want to participate in a voodoo ritual? Especially Christians will be like, hell no, we'll
Right.
watch. They'll be respectful, but they ain't doing it. So you can't
Mm-mm.
fault them right out of the gate on that one.
No.
You know, Being light and then working your way up,
I think
but
they should have worked with more so like starting out with art, some of his stuff, which is it's spiritual, but it's not really particularly any pagan religion. It's um, body
It
modification. It's
well, the cultures, as he said, the different cultures that, well, see, they could have like even something simple with Fiona,
yeah,
something light, something to of that, and then, or avocado, since he's a
maybe
naturalist,
right,
something to work their way up to more of,
like
the
Don's
voodoo.
stuff, and then Ian
Well, yeah,
Tashia's stuff, and get
well,
in, like start you know before you get into any of that heavy stuff, because jumping right into that voodoo right was just, especially, I don't, maybe started she should have started with the dirt one where they put them in the ground, started with that one.
yeah, or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that
that
one,
possession one,
with
that would be
the
overwhelming
ancestral.
for anybody new.
Oh yeah, the ancestral spirit, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. Even to this day, when you're, calling forth, spirit, you're doing spirit work. It's not for the lighthearted,
no,
and especially, to throw these new people into that. That to me was way too much, too quick. But
yeah,
but I liked it though. But that's because I'm me. Noel left the same thing as Bonnie. They're at a good place. I don't blame Nicole leaving because Tim was perving on her.
yeah.
Even though they were back to back, the things he was saying was uncalled for, and that was gross.
I'm surprised she didn't punch him.
She couldn't move, that poor girl.
Yeah,
She was, they were back to back, and he took up most of it. As you said, her breasts were squished against the bars. But Tim was an ass and so disrespectful to Art.
yeah,
That one was not right. So I think because of how he was, even though he won that trial, he should have not been allowed immunity because of how disrespectful he was to Art. That should be a
yeah,
null and void immunity one right there.
yep. But they were still playing by the rules, so
Yeah, but they should have the thing. I'm really looking forward to Dawn's. But see, I'm because, well, the books I write with vampires, werewolves, and stuff like that. I'm infatuated with Don. He's like, watching him how he acts and stuff. Helps me, with my characters.
I like avocado and art.
I love Art. Avocado is like a regular guy, someone you could hang with and have fun
Yeah,
with. But I love Art with his philosophies, his, how he is, and he's so down to earth and open. I really like him. I would love to hang out with him. Just that wouldn't bother me. Like when they were in the grocery store, that old woman cracked me up, calling Don an
yeah,
angel. And then, poor Art, the devil, but because of his, tribal markings and stuff. But I like what, that's the only good thing that, was said about Art from the three that went with them, is Art has the biggest heart out of them all,
yeah.
because he does. you
He
know
does.
I would love to, be able to hang out with him. He'd be cool. But so would Avocado. I just can't go walking around naked all the time though.
No,
No, it's, especially out in public, I'm more unless it's like, yeah, but see, we even have nudist beaches here, and I can't go to them because I just don't feel like seeing everybody's bits and pieces.
right.
It's bad enough some people, wearing bathing suits that shouldn't be there, like way too small or too tight. It's like, I'll just stay in my backyard. But, oh, it's a giddy. It's a
Yeah,
giddy giddy. But, but those are the three that have really shown me their personality that I would love.
avocado, art,
Avocado, Art,
and
and
Don.
Dawn. Those three right now are my favorite. But see, Don, but it's mainly between Don and Art. But those kind of people
Even
have always
at
I've
some
always
point in in future episodes, Fiona and the other alts will get into it.
well, I noticed Art pissed Don off. And Don was calling him out that, and then, granted, it was just, I'm sorry. I know it was more of a spiritual thing for Art, and I respect that, but it was just a piercing.
Yeah.
Art or Don was sleeping. So he didn't need to wake him up,
No.
especially if he's with the vampire lifestyle. He was sleeping,
Yeah.
and then not to, I didn't like how Art brushed him off though. Of, well, are you bringing negativity? Are you calling? He's like, I'm calling you out. I want to know. And then Art dismisses them. I was like, wow, that's rude.
Yep.
But I like how Don says, bygones be bygones for now, but I can get you back. So it'll be interesting to follow along. I've been waiting until every Sunday, to watch the because I want to go through them all. But I've been waiting for Sunday, so that, and it's also fresh in my mind. But
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this. Some of the
It's a good
contestants,
show.
it is. Some of the contestants need to go, but they had a real shitty selection, most of them. So
What I think what they should do if they ever came out with like a season 2 for this is not only have like a bunch of people that either are not just Christians, but some are atheists, and maybe put in there one or two pagans, and then have them have it'd be like as
and the
time
alts
goes
not
on.
know about it.
Yeah,
That would be cool. Sort
and
of
they have to
mix it
figure
up.
out which one is who.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't
they
have
would.
any markings that are pagan related. You can't have any jewelry pagan related. You just have to go in there
Right,
and
and blend in and
yeah.
see, because that would actually be cool. Because, but you would honestly know, like, because I could see just a regular pagan participating in all the events.
Hmm.
Because
Most people don't know I'm a pagan unless they see my keychain.
well, not, no one really knows unless I tell them what I am.
Right.
See, I have nothing, and even when I wear, because I have a necklace and I have earrings. Yeah, so you got that. See, I have only things I have earrings and I have necklaces and a bracelet of Hecate and Lilith. And if, even when I'm wearing that, most people don't know what those are,
Hmm.
because it's their sigils. So it's, those eventually I'm going to have tattooed on me. But it's, but
But yeah, I
most,
think
but
that's
I
what
don't
they
say
should
what I am.
do.
Oh, it would be cool to mix it up, not just, Christians or anything, just a wide variety of a few Christians, a few pagans, you know, a couple atheists, and just throw them into the mixing pot.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
Yep.
When was this show done?
Let me look it up real quick. I think it was done in the early 2000s. I'd have to say about 20 2007. I want to say.
Okay, so it's been a long time.
Mad House is a 2004 reality television series. 2004.
Wow. Okay.
Release date March 13th, 2004.
Oh, 18
Almost 20
years.
years. Yeah, almost 20 years. Be
Yeah.
20 years next year.
Yeah. Wow. Wonder what they all look like now.
About the same.
Oh, do they really? Well, I
Hmm.
know Don would.
So,
Well, that's
well,
cool.
that's all I have for the night for this one.
Same with me.
Well, everybody, thank you for watching. And those of you that are interested in watching Mad House, you can find it on YouTube. Just YouTube it for Mad House.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.